that is now 50% lower than it was 7 years ago. That is space.
Correct.
How much more space does this government need? What they're doing does not match up to what they are saying, because the government senators came to the chamber on Wednesday to approve for the country to borrow at 8% to pay off a loan that is less than 4% and one that is 6.5%, which is likely to cost taxpayers at least $60 to $75 million over 4 years.
Precisely.
And that is why they do not have the money to pay the police.
Correct.
That is why they do not have the money to pay the nurses. That is why they do not have the money to do anything in this country to benefit the people of this country. They have it to pay Reco and the consultants. So they tell you one thing, but they do another, and they're always trying to use these phrases and speak above the average person, so that it sounds pretty, and they don't understand. But essentially, you are putting Barbadian taxpayers, exposing them to higher interest rates, which means now that the government could possibly have to raise taxes to pay these loans. Another thing about the policy of the government is that you have heard in 2018 that they did a debt restructuring. And for the debt restructuring process, the National Insurance Scheme was hit for $1.3 billion.
Correct.
That is workers in this country.
Yes.
In 2022, I think they did a debt to nature swap, which again hit the National Insurance Scheme for $300 million. In 2024, they did a debt to climate swap, which hit the National Insurance Scheme for another $300 million. So that is close to $2 billion that taxpayers, persons living in this country, poor people have to take a hit on. They have to work longer, they have to pay more national insurance benefits every month. However, here comes the government on a road show and then gives a gift to outside investors of 8%. When local investors here, which are the National Insurance Scheme, the workers of this country, had to take hits, moving from 6% to 4%, all fancy footwork. But here you are now awarding a small group of people that we've never seen in our lives, a group of institutions that probably never even give anything to Barbados. They're going to get 8% to write off debt that is under 4% and around 6.5% when the government claims that the economy is doing well.